Hello everyone, welcome back to another informative video. So in this video, I'm going to basically continue with some experiments. So this experiment that I'm going to undertake now is basically, and I said it in my conclusion video for the virus experiment, where I'm going to basically focus on yield now, right? Hopefully the virus don't affect you know this set of crop plants that I'm going to put in. We're going to, of course, try our best to minimize the insect issues, and thus managing or controlling any possibilities of getting the virus. So we are going to do a yield test. It's the same cucumber plants. I initially said that I wanted to do one of the containers with um, the large cucumbers and one with the mini cucumbers, but unfortunately I don't have any large cucumber seedlings now. But however, I have um, mini cucumber seedlings. So both containers will have in mini cucumbers, and we are going to just uh, you know do the yield test on mini cucumbers alone, right? But I have a little twist. I'm always trying to um what well, I've said I want to bring different products to the channel and so on that we'll try out. So I have one that is called TerraGrow, right? TerraGrow. I've never used it before, but it is mostly constituted of more like bacteria. So it's more like those good bacteria that basically um, helps the plant, the plant roots, to basically aid in uptaking nutrients and just overall keeping the plant healthy, because of the relationship that these bacteria have within the growing medium and with the plant roots, and essentially the entire plant. So I'm going to show you the TerraGrow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the TerraGrow in one tank and then leave the other tank without TerraGrow, right? So let me show you what we're doing now, right? And also I have cleaned the gravel already. I've cleaned it, and what I've done to is I've also flushed or washed the gravel with some Redomil. So I put some Redomil in the tank and run it through the system. Because remember, in the previous experiment we had some issues with Pythium crown rot. So the Redomil should take care of that. So and of course, in the new water that we're going to put in, I'm going to add some Redomil to that as well. So let me show you what is going on. Right, so here we have the plants, right? And sad to say, these plants I'm seeing a few insects on them. So of course, when I plant them, right, I'm going to actually spray them with some insecticide, right? So let me right. So here's the TerraGrow, right? This is the label that comes with it, right? Let me show you what it looks like inside. So here it is. That is what it looks like, right? So that's what I'm going to add. So what I'm going to have to find out now is how much I would put to that tank. And that tank holds 30 gallon. And even though it says soil amendment, it gives instructions for, as you can see there, it gives instruction for soil treatment, right? It gives instruction for greenhouse food crops, soil or media drench, right? As you can see here also, it says hydroponic system application. It says soilless media application, which is what we are doing. Every week I'll top up the system with the required amount. So this is 0.1 to 0.2 ounce per 100 gallons. So I'll have to calculate and see how much per gallon, and basically for the how much I'll put in the 30 gallons. So that is what I'm going to do, right? So yeah, so here's so as I showed you the plants, we have the nutrients here. But what I'm also going to do is that I'm going to add some more nutrient to this mix that we used before in the last experiment, because I was seeing some deficiency. So I'm going to add potassium sulfate and magnesium sulfate to the mix, right? But I'm not basically going to mix it with in a like a stock concentrated tank. I'm just going to measure out the amount per gallon and just um, put it in exactly in the water that we are using to feed the plants. So here's the gravel. We wash, we disinfect this, we sanitize everything. So and then of course, as I said, I put the red mill in the tank, run it through the system, right, through the gravel and so on, to kind of kill out any pathogen that's causing that caused the pythium and so on. Remember, we didn't have pythium with this, but I did the same thing with this, right? I did the same thing with this. So so all we have to do now is just we are going to fill back the drums with water and then go ahead and add in our nutrient. We have the pH meter there and so on. I have a spray can there to spray the plants after I put them in. So I'm going to go ahead now and fill the tank with water. Unfortunately, I don't have a, well, fortunately first, here has a big hole, so this drum catch a lot of rainwater. So remember I said with the experiment, this one I would basically use the farmer's water in both tanks. But I'm just going to just use this water first, since as we have it here and this drum is leaking. I'm going to use this water, and then after that water is finished, because we have to change the water, I'm going to just continue thereafter with the farmer's water, right? Because we already found out that the farmer's water is okay. So that's the activity. Right, so welcome back. So I've prepared one tank already. And as you can see, I'm not sure if you can see that the water is very brown. And I'm figuring that, remember on the TerraGrow it says molasses. It has they say kelp extract, right? Kelp extract and molasses. So molasses have that brown color, and that's like 28%. So I'm figuring that is why the water has that brown look, right? Yeah. So something else. So the nutrients is inside. The radiomil is inside. The TerraGrow is inside. The ppm is saying 1145 now, which is okay. In the last experiment I started it at 1000 and I brought it up to 1200, but let's see, we're going to start it at 1146 in the 1100s then, put it that way. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to plant the plants, right? Yeah, I'm going to plant the plants. I'll be back. Right, so we finished planting one container, right? And if you notice, these plants are way advanced and larger than the ones that we used in the previous experiment, right? So right, but that's not bad, right? They are not at a bad transplanting stage. I'd have ideally wanted to plant them a little earlier, but yeah, such is life. But they will grow. So I'm finished with one container. So I'm going to do the same thing the next container. The only exception is going to be that I'm not going to add the TerraGrow in this one, right? Because of course we need to have a control, right? So yeah. So let's do that now. Right, so there we have it. There we have it. We fill this with water. It's not totally, maybe about 3/4. Or maybe 2/3. Yeah, so we planted the plants. Both containers have the plants. So yeah, we will basically finish. And remember that this container, both have the same water. We're not dealing with water now. We're dealing with yield. We're dealing with how many cucumbers one plant will produce, right? So that's what we're looking at. So remember that. And then now remember the fact that we use TerraGrow in this container, right? And I don't need to label it because it has the characteristic brownish color to it. So yeah, and it's on the left, so from this angle. So yeah, that's it. I'm going to spray the plants, right, with some insecticide because they have some insects, and then we you know we're on the ball. Today is what, the 14th, the 14th of August, 2021. That's the transplanting date. Right, these seedlings might be about, oh, 5 weeks thereabout, but as I said, we don't need to track that. We are going to basically track the heel. So we basically want them to start, we're just waiting on them to start producing and keep out the insects. So I hope the insects that are on them are not causing any too much damage as it relates to inoculating them with the virus and so on. So I'm going to spray them now. You see what I've done, right? Just to go over it, I clean the gravel, some bleach, 10% bleach solution, clean the gravel, leave it to basically dry in the sun, because the sun also helps to disinfect it via solarization. So we leave it in the sun and then basically put it back in the container. Of course, disinfect the container as well with the bleach. Change the water. Then I put some redomil in more water in the tank. Kind of flush the gravel with the redomil, and then I empty that water, and then we have a new set of water. And as I said, it's rainwater. So, but after this, after I'm going to change, I'm going to use the farmer's water. So that is it. Maybe in about when these plants catch on to the new environment, maybe in about 2 days, maybe about 2 days or so, I'll start tying them up, right? As in putting them on the trellis, right? So of course I'll have to reset the timer, right? And so on. So that's it. I'm excited to see how the TerraGrow works in the hydroponic system. I'm looking for any marked difference with this set of plants. So yeah, so if you have any questions, any comments, put them in the comments here. Right, and please remember to subscribe to the channel, share the videos, share the information, and what else? Yeah, that's it. Bye bye.